104% tariffs on China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it, and sell it back here.
Tariffs? What would that
I
look
want
like?
Xi on an airplane to Washington to level the playing field. This is not about tariffs anymore. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business there, I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. I have nothing against the Chinese people. The government cheats and steals, and finally, an administration, you may not like Trump, you may not like his style or his rhetoric, finally, an administration that puts up and says enough. America is the #1 economy on earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
Well, what Kevin O'Leary said, this theft of intellectual property has been a problem for 20 years. It's underreported, under-discussed. People I know in business, I used to cover the Silicon Valley when I first came to Washington. San Jose Mercury was my home paper. And this is what he said is literally true. That companies go there, American companies, the innovation is stolen and then sold back to us, and we're supposed to think that that's okay because China has, 1 billion people and it was poorer than us and they're trying to catch up. Well, I think they've caught up and they should be made to pay by the rules. This is what I was saying before. This is the kind of thing Donald Trump ought to talk about. He had to leave Canada out of the discussion, and Vietnam wants our help. He had to figure a way to work with them. And I think a focus on cheating, on dishonest business practice, I think that's a winning argument, and I think it's a truthful and effective argument.
Some breaking news as it relates to the very latest on these tariffs. I want you to take a good look at your screen. This just coming into our live now from Fox Studio, courtesy of the Associated Press. They report this Wednesday morning that China has raised tariffs to now 84% on goods coming from the U.S. in an additional countermeasure. Last week, China said it would levy 34% tariffs on all U.S. goods. This Wednesday, Trump's tariffs on 104% went into effect on Chinese exports to the U.S. This is a breaking news update. We know earlier on this Wednesday, China again vowed to, quote, fight to the end against President Donald Trump's tariffs in a lengthy policy statement.
A few moments later.
A week ago, they're in this very spot. Do not retaliate, and you will be rewarded. So every country in the world who wants to come and negotiate, we are willing to hear you. We're going to go down to a 10% baseline tariff for them, and China will be raised to 125 due to their insistence on escalation.
Millionaire Money Minds, talk about the tariffs. What about the tariffs? What about the tariffs? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. So let's get into it, man. This is going to be one of many videos coming up because I am launching I am launching my political career. No, but seriously, let's get into it. Let's talk about tariffs, y'all. Because a lot of people are scared. They're misinformed. They don't understand what's going on here. They don't understand. All they know is what they've heard from left-wing media. All they know is what they've heard from CNN with various reporters coming on, trashing the Trump administration and talking about nothing but negativity and the market's this. Oh my God, we lost $600 billion in the market. The stock market has lost trillions. Oh my God, oh my God. And so as a result, we have a lot of misinformed people running around with like chickens with their heads cut off because they don't understand yet what's going on in the market, and they don't understand how to react. More importantly, they don't understand what they should be doing in the process of all of these things happening around the world with this trade war that we have started with China. Let me make this very clear. For those who do not understand why tariffs are being put on all of these other countries. Everybody keeps asking, what is the plan here? What's the plan? The plan is so fucking obvious to me. I don't know why no one else can see it. Or you all out there act like you can't see it. The plan was to use tariffs in order to get people, and by people I mean countries, to get countries to come to the bargaining table. Why do we want countries to come to the bargaining table? We wanted to use tariffs to get companies to come to the bargaining table so that we can enact and we can take control of the deficit that United States has with all of these other countries, and so that we can parlay in a way that benefits America first. That is the point. That was the whole idea behind tariffs. It was a bargaining tool from the beginning. I told you all this in my last video. It was a way to get companies to come to collectively, all together, come to the bargaining table to ask, all right, how can we make things better for America? I don't understand how anybody can be mad or angry at a president who is trying to put America first. What? You hate him, you love him, whatever. You got a problem with him saying, I'm gonna grab somebody, I'm gonna grab one by the coochie, whatever. Okay. You got a problem with it being, oh, he's a convicted felon. All right, I get it. But how do you have a problem with your president trying to put his country in a position to win, not just now, to win for the long term? This is the long game we're talking about here. We're not just thinking about next week or 3 months from now or even 9 months from now. We are talking about things that will impact America and our country for the foreseeable future. We're trying to restructure the way that we handle trade across this country. And people are mad at that because eggs are $7. All right. Yo, I said this before and I'm going to say it again. I would absolutely hate to be the president of this country. You know why? Because in that we have to deal with a bunch of whiny ass babies who are unappreciative and want everything but want to give nothing. Let me say that one more time. Americans want everything and want to give nothing. Y'all want the best product for the cheapest possible price, for the cheapest possible labor expenses, for the cheapest possible merchandising that you could possibly pay for to get it. You will do it. That's why companies like Temu are on the fucking rise, because Americans love paying for cheap shit. Democrats and Republicans sold us to the fucking wolves decades ago. And now we are at a position to where we have been losing leverage for decades. We have been losing leverage for decades. Why? Because we outsourced all of the important jobs, all of that labor that we thought that we could get, that was cool to get cheap somewhere else. We outsourced all that shit to other countries like China. And so while we were outsourcing and giving them jobs and filling up their factories and improving on their economy, little did we know we weren't paying attention to our surroundings because we got a couple millionaires and billionaires out the deal. So as a country, we suffered, but nobody was paying attention because, as a whole, because the billionaires and millionaires are the ones that control the market largely, at large. It's not you and I. Because the billionaires and the millionaires are the ones that control the market, everybody was none the wiser. Nobody paid an iota to the country suffering, to the common American, the working American suffering. Because the markets didn't reflect that. Because the markets are controlled by the millionaires and billionaires, the people that got money. So now Trump says, hey, even to my rich people, y'all claim that he only did shit for the rich people. Well, guess what? It's amazing to me how y'all flip-flop. Y'all flip-flop. You know, you Trump haters, you flip-flop. The Democrats, y'all flip-flop. Because y'all said that he was only in it for the rich people and he was only in it to help his rich buddies. Well, Elon Musk has lost billions being the leader of Doge. What do you say to that? That's not important, I guess. That doesn't count, right? All right. Not only has Elon Musk lost billions from his own company, heading up Doge to help America. Not only that, but the stock market took one of the greatest plunges in the last 20 years that we've ever seen. And meanwhile, you had Trump saying, listen, it's going to be turbulent. I understand. But we got to deal with it because we got something more important to accomplish right now. We got something else that we need to be focusing on right now. We got something else that we need to be doing right now. There's a lot of other things that we need to be focusing on right now. I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to take this hit. The millionaires and the billionaires are gonna have to take this hit in the stock market because we're trying to accomplish something on a bigger, grander scale. Thought y'all said he was doing shit only for the millionaires though. Y'all just be talking. Y'all motherfuckers just be talking, man. Y'all don't understand nothing. Y'all don't understand nothing. Y'all run with headlines. Y'all run with whatever CNN is telling y'all. Y'all run with whatever y'all favorite news network is telling y'all. Y'all don't research nothing on your own. You're unable to think independently. And that's the fucking problem. But it's cool. You just sit your weak ass back. Chill out, relax. The sky is not falling. You're not about to enter World War III next week. Regardless of whatever they told you. You sit up there, y'all listen to Jasmine Crockett, ratchet ass, get up there as a representative of the Democratic Party and lead y'all all into damnation. She don't have a fucking clue what's going on, and that's obvious, and it's a shame that the Democrats only have her to put out in front of everybody. It's a fucking travesty, and it tells you where Democrats are. But anyway, I got a lot more to say. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but I just wanted to respond to the comments that kept saying, talk about the tariffs, talk about the tariffs. We gonna get to the tariffs, don't you worry. I will not abandon you, and I don't run from no smoke. I'll holler at y'all later.